Today I'm going to show you how to make my barbecue meatballs. This is my #1 requested recipe from friends and family. Okay, let's get started. So we have 1 green pepper that I've fine diced, and then we have 1 large onion that has also been fine diced. We're going to go ahead and saute these in a pan until translucent. While the onions and peppers are sauteing, we're going to go ahead and get the meatball mixture started. So we have 3 slices of sandwich bread. You can either chop it up really fine, or I like to use a small food processor to make sure you get like crumbles like this. You want it to be this fine when you cut it up. Add that to a large mixing bowl. That would have been bad. 1 cup of milk. 2 large eggs, and now we're going to mix this up. Now this is one of my tricks for having the perfect meatballs. We're letting that breadcrumb really absorb all the liquid, so then it becomes really soft and it breaks down into the meatballs, which is going to result in a really tender, perfect meatball. And just let that set for 5 minutes. Now let's make the barbecue sauce. This is more of a sweet-based barbecue sauce, which is perfect for these meatballs. You can always use a store-bought barbecue sauce, and if you do, I would recommend doing a sweet style. But I'm gonna tell you, one of the biggest differences, or what's gonna take these meatballs over the top, is a homemade one, and it's really easy. So we're gonna start with 2 cups of ketchup, 1/3 cup of apple cider vinegar, half a teaspoon of liquid smoke. This is gonna give it that real nice barbecue flavor in there. Now we're gonna add the thing that nobody can say right, so it's Worcestershire. I don't know, you guys know what I'm trying to say, and it's 1 tablespoon. And then half a cup of brown sugar. I like to use a light brown sugar, and when you're using this, you're going to wanna really pack that brown sugar down to make sure you get an accurate read. Okay, let's go ahead and mix. And then add a little bit of kosher salt, just a pinch, a little bit of pepper, and finish mixing. And then we're just going to taste test. It's perfect. Just went right to my hang down. That's good shit. You're the worst. You did it on purpose. As you can see, they are translucent, they're a little bit brown, and they're perfect. This barbecue sauce is also a great all-around barbecue sauce. So what I love to do is go ahead and make a double batch of it, and then I'll save the other half for just when we're gonna do like sandwiches, if I want a dipping sauce or anything like that. This is really kid-friendly too because it doesn't have any heat to it, with it being more of a sweet barbecue sauce.
Time to glove up.
Bend over. Now we're going to finish up our meatballs. To our bread mixture, we're gonna add half a teaspoon of black pepper, add 2 teaspoons of kosher salt. Now we're gonna add the meat. So we have 3 pounds total, 2 pounds of ground beef, 1 pound of ground pork. If you don't wanna use ground pork, we're gonna do all ground beef, and I would use an 80-20, so then you get that fat that you need in the meatball. Since we're adding 2 pounds of ground beef and 1 pound of ground pork, we're gonna do more of a leaner ground beef, like a 92%. And now we're gonna add in our sauteed onion and green pepper. And here's one of the other key secrets for the meatballs. You wanna make sure that you don't overmix. That's a really common mistake on making meatballs. And that's how you would end up with a really dense meatball versus a really tender, flavorful, juicy meatball, the type of meatball that we all want. So I like to use my hands and just dig right in. And since we let the breadcrumb mixture set in with the milk a little bit, it's gonna break apart a lot easier, so then you won't get those pockets. And here's how you can tell that the meatballs are mixed in perfect. So you can see that the meat it's like a little bit of a lighter color with that breadcrumb mixture. You can see it's really incorporated, but not like mushed together, and it's still light. It's not packed down. That's exactly what we're looking for. I have a 9x13 baking dish. You may need 1.5 size of the baking dish, depending on the size meatballs you're gonna do. Now I'm using a 2 tablespoon scoop for the meatballs. I like using this size because I find that it's just a perfect size meatball for especially like entertaining, or if you're serving these meatballs as like a side dish or a dinner. If you really wanted to do something a little bit over the top, you could always do like a 4-tablespoon scoop. So then you have those giant meatballs and then just smother it with the barbecue sauce. You'll also notice that I did not use any kind of nonstick spray or anything like that in this baking dish. Since there's fat in the meat, we don't need any kind of like a nonstick spray or anything. And that will also give it a nice browning on the meatballs. I like using an ice cream scoop or a scoop like this, so it's going to really make sure that everything is cooking at the same time. You don't want to have some of your meatballs that are way overdone, some that are way underdone. This really just helps assure that everything is done at the right time. And you can really pack the meatballs in like you see that I'm doing here, because once they are done cooking, we are going to smother them in the barbecue sauce, pop them back in, and they're still going to be perfect. These meatballs are hands down friends and family's favorite. Anybody who's had these meatballs always asks for the recipe. It's one of the staples at our Thanksgiving dinner. I'll always ask, if we're going to do something other than turkey. Nobody really cares what I make for Thanksgiving, but the meatballs are an absolute must. I used to make like 30 pounds of these meatballs when we'd have our Thanksgivings for like 20 people. The great part is they do freeze really well too. So if you wanted to make this in advance, you could make this like a month in advance, put it in like freezer bags, pop them in the freezer once they're cooked. So you're gonna wanna cook them first, then pop them in the freezer. And then when you pull them out and you want to like rehydrate them and everything, put them in a baking dish just like this, top them with the barbecue sauce, put tin foil on top, and then bake them off at like 350 until they're fully cooked. Preheat the oven to 375 degrees. If you're using a convection oven, you'll want to do 350 degrees unless your oven auto-adjusts automatically for that 25-degree difference. We cook the meatballs for 25 minutes, pull them out of the oven, top with the barbecue sauce, and place them back in the oven for 10 minutes to let that barbecue sauce marry with the meatballs. Our meatballs are out of the oven. They smell amazing. Let's go ahead and get these plated up. I'm going to show you how tender these meatballs are. They smell so good. Look at that. Oh, that is the perfect meatball. They're tender. They're almost a little bit fluffy. They are so good. Now it's time for the taste test. They're perfect. When you make this recipe, you're going to find out why this is my #1 most requested recipe from friends and family. Guaranteed there'll be no leftovers.